So contributing to the 1.5 degree world in 2050 implies for the construction sector and the entire value chain a massive transformation that affects all stakeholders: contractors, developers, investors, architects, designers. Adopting the principles of the circular economy and regenerative design ensures that we have a net positive impact on the planet and helps us to decarbonize and to use resources more effectively and ultimately to regenerate natural systems. Now, what does that mean in practice? Well, first of all, we have to start rethinking new buildings. We need to work with what we already have. We need to reuse existing buildings and assets to make sure that we are not contributing more and more carbon and not using more and more resources. The second strategy that we could follow is we could optimize buildings and assets for long-term value. So they could be designed for disassembly, they could be designed for greater efficiency, but it also implies that we are circulating materials and use reclaimed materials to bring down the whole life carbon performance. And at the same time, we need to optimize those buildings and assets and their design for the future. The third option is we need to rethink materials. We need to substitute them, for instance, with renewable or nature-based materials. Or we need to use the materials in the way that they can actually be fed back into systems. Now, this is the theory. In practice, we already see very promising examples. We see case study buildings, lighthouse buildings across the world. We see new products, new business models being launched. So the industry and the supply side has also understood the economic potential of adopting circular economy principles. So this is all very promising. And I think now to work towards 2030 and 2050, we need to do a collective effort again. We need to rethink basically every aspect when we're designing a building, a piece of infrastructure, or a city. And the technology is there, the policy instruments emerge, the supply side is there, the business model are there. I think now it's really about scaling it up, adopting those principles, and really start transforming the sector.